Hey, there's Sam. All right, let's see if we can switch this over here. Sorry, guys. For those that are watching, let's get this. There we go. All right, I think we got it. But Sam is still being streamed. Let's see here. Oh, well, I don't need to introduce Sam.
There we go.
Hey, all right.
It's a bit of a delay.
Awesome. So, cool, great. Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Angel. This is Gopal. We're Gild the Mourn, and we just released a brand new video. It's called Greed. You can find it on our channel. And we are so excited to be here with you guys. As you just saw, we have Sam Eberle, who's our special guest today. And Sam is the person, he's a cinematographer that worked for us on Greed. He also worked for us on our previous video, Shade. And he not only is a great cinematographer, but he also works as the webmaster and technical advisor at Satchidananda Ashram Yogaville. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and put Sam on. Hey Sam, can you hear us?
Hey.
Hey, awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Sam.
You want to check the feed?
Yeah, I think the feed should be working. Sorry, guys. We're doing a little bit of a run around here to make sure that you guys can see everyone. So hopefully that's going through. But anywho, yeah, thanks so much for being here with us, Sam. We wanted to talk a little bit about the making of the video since you are the one that helped us with it all. So can you talk a little bit about the equipment that you used while filming?
Yeah. Well, we shot with 60D, Canon 60D. This is it right here. We swapped out depending on the various shots we were doing. We either had this, which is a very wide angle, 11 to 16 millimeter for the slight motion that you'll see in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And also for the tighter shots, we used this, which is a variable 18 to 135, so that we could quickly get in and out to really tight and semi-wide shots. So that was the main camera. We also used the Panasonic GH4, which got a lot of the black and white stuff. I don't know if we ended up using that.
Yeah, I think we went full color with the video.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of extra footage we may be releasing sometime in the future.
Yeah, and yeah, we had a couple softbox lights. Angel, you had the great idea of taking a light stand and waving it around yours and Gopal's head, which gave a phenomenal effect. All the lights off with just one orbiting light, which was a whole lot of fun to do. Trying to keep the stick out of the shot and the light out of the shot, but I think it came out really nice.
That was a beautiful job, man.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Definitely effective.
That was it. It didn't take a whole lot equipment-wise to make it happen.
Awesome. And the equipment
talent.
And the equipment that you used on Greed, is that pretty close to what you were using on Shade?
Yeah, pretty much identical. We had better lights for Greed, but that was Shade. A lot of that was outdoors. Mm-hmm. Most of it, I think, was outdoors. So it wasn't quite as necessary, but yeah, same gear.
Awesome. And Sam, not only do you do cinematography, but you've incorporated drones, right? You just launched this new company called Mercury Aerials. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I got into that as soon as I possibly could. I love the idea of getting those aerial shots that really make everything so much more professional looking, because up until the last few years you had to get a helicopter to get anything from the sky. So I'm really into that and getting ready to get FAA certified shortly here, and we'll be off and rolling.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations with that. Good luck to you, and who knows, maybe we'll be using a little bit of drones in our next video with you. That would be fun.
Yeah.
To fly it indoors now.
Awesome.
That would be great.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Sam. We really appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions for Sam, feel free to kick a message to us either on YouTube or on our Facebook event page. We'll make sure to get it to him. I'm sure he'll be happy to.
Also, yeah, if you're watching this, we're having a little bit of trouble getting feedback on the signal. So if you're watching this, if you can hear us, if you can see Sam right now, then please go ahead and click the like button on the video just so we have some feedback about what's going on.
That'd be great. Thanks so much, Sam.
Absolutely. See you guys later.
Bye.
Hello,
Hello,
and we're back.
everyone. Hopefully you guys can see us again. So we're going to be talking tonight a little bit about what we're doing, what we're up to next. But I do want to mention that our new video, if you guys caught the very end of it, we just launched a surprise Indiegogo campaign. A lot of our fans had been asking for a physical album from us. They'd also been asking for a live show. So we decided to do both. We rolled it up into one thing, and we released 1 through 8 as a physical album. So you guys, I think I have a card on this video. You guys can contribute to the campaign. And if we hit our goal, we're going to be hitting the road. And
Yes.
the more... The more we make, the more we'll be able to go out there, and we also have some really awesome stretch goals included.
New music, yeah.
Yeah, we have a new EP, new album, extended tour, and Gild the Mourn comic book, which, yay!
Yeah. Really want to see that happen.
So, yeah, please click the link and check it out and contribute if you can. Thank you so much. And something else that I wanted to do a little off kilter for a second is it is our sister-in-law birthday.
Yes.
So happy birthday, Cass. In addition, it's Katerina Mark's birthday today.
Nice.
So I wanted to say happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Excuse me, guys. 1 second. Got to move this over. Okay, so what we're up to now. In regards to the video we've just launched, in regards to the Indiegogo we just launched, we've been super busy. On top of that, we're playing our first show, Steinstock, coming up soon in next weekend.
Next weekend, yeah.
Next weekend.
So if you happen to be in the area or decide to make a road trip to Virginia, you can come check out our first show, our first live performance next weekend at Steinstock. More info will be posted about that on our page. There's already a link up there, I think, but on our Facebook page. So we hope to see you.
So we're super excited about that. We have some other shows that are under wraps right now that are going to be coming out soon, so stay tuned for those. We also have a brain lapse at the moment.
All the time.
So many things going on. We also have... I'll get back to you on it. Don't worry about it. Anywho, moving on, we have actually a ton. You guys, we asked for some questions for us, and we got a ton of questions that rolled in, so I do want to get to those so we can answer most of them. Oh, that was the other thing. We're going to be starting a new YouTube vlog on YouTube. So any questions that we don't answer tonight will be on that episode, and feel free to send them in as we go. If you have any questions while you're watching, we'll be happy to answer them then.
Yeah.
All right.
So starting off with the questions. From Mukti, Mukti Cheshire, how did you both come up with the name Gild the Mourn?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, so Gild the Mourn, it's a play on words from a very old poem. In the poem, it's spelled quite differently. It's gilding the morning sunlight, and the evening sun is a reference, and I thought that was pretty beautiful. But I'm a more sorrowful kind of guy, I guess, in general. So we decided to change it to Gild the Mourn, making sorrow beautiful, making sorrow, celebrating the joy that can be found moving through sorrow. I think that would be a simple way of putting it.
Mm-hmm. And it was because of that name, because we picked Gild the Mourn and the significance that it had for us that we came up with the tagline, "In the darkest of times, find light within." You know, we find that a lot in fantasy. We find it in Lord of the Rings. We find it in Harry Potter. You know, at the darkest of times, you can still find light. And that was something that we really wanted to spread, especially in our scene, you know, being alternative and goth. It was a message that we felt could be impactful.
Yeah, it's many of the stories that we read, many of the fairy tales, many folklore and mythology, all pulls from this moving through trials and becoming stronger for it. So a lot of the themes in our music are facing these difficulties, facing these trials, and figuring out ways to move through it, to overcome them, and to become better for it.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for that question.
Yeah. Here you go.
Sure. What all started Gild the Mourn by Marissa Rodriguez? That's a good question. Actually, Gild the Mourn kind of came about in a not so formal way. Gopal and I, we met at Dragon Con, actually, which many of you watching are very familiar with Dragon Con. It's a great convention. We love it. And we started dating, and he and I were hanging out, and he was like, "Hey, you love music, you sing, you do this, you do that, you know, why don't we try and write something a little bit?" And so that's what we did. And, you know, we kind of worked on this song through Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that ended up being Shade. And, yeah, so it came about very subtly, and we submitted Shade. I think we just submitted Shade to Out of the Coffin podcast. It's run by a really great friend of ours, Ichabod, who's fantastic. He's also integrated into Dragon Con and really awesome person. And he loved the track, and he spun us, and people started loving the track, and we looked at each other and said, "Wow, like, maybe we should do something with this." So
yeah, it started out very much a studio project where we were just hanging out, playing music, and writing together, just for the sake of doing it. And as we released, people seemed to get into it more and more, and then we received some recognition, Best Goth Band of the Year, and
Best Newcomer,
on a couple of different websites. And again, it just sort of evolved. Also, we have a son, Kai, who is out with his grandfather right now, and so having a little one, he's 2 years old. So having a little one makes it difficult to play out live a lot. So we kept it pretty much studio oriented, studio focused at this point in time. But now that he's getting a little bit older, it's become a lot easier to get out on the road. So now's the time to start playing shows.
Absolutely. We're super excited about it.
Yeah. Okay, so my iPad just turned off. Who inspired you to create? From Steve, I can't pronounce your last name. Sirit?
Sirit?
Sire. I don't know, buddy. Sorry. Correct me, please. Who inspired you to create? That's a long question. A lot of different sources of inspiration.
Yeah, for this project specifically, you know, we very much heavily brand fairy tale themed gothic rock. Those are our inspirations. You know, those are some of the biggest inspirations in our lives, and we really wanted to bring them together and create some awesome dark fairy tale gothic rock music. So, you know, traditional gothic rock, we also are super inspired by, you know, Aesop's fables, Grimm's fairy tales, all of Tolkien's work.
Yeah, the sagas.
All of Tolkien.
Yeah. I love, like the classic sagas, and again, anything pertaining to world fairy tale, folklore, mythology, ghost stories. All of those things have a heavy influence on what we do. So.
Definitely. So, as far as music goes, specifically for gothic rock, you know, Sisters of Mercy, Rosetta Stone, Neubauten, Faith in the Muse,
Susie and the Banshees.
You Yeah, so all the good stuff. Okay.
Okay, so
when writing a song, do you typically create the music or the lyrics first? From Ashley Beach. So that's a great question. So what we normally do is we write the song. We go in there and we kind of vibe. We start writing a drum track and we just go from there. Sometimes we'll have a theme that really inspires us and we'll write music around it. But there's not a formal way that we write and create. We do a lot of back and forth because we do have a son. It's a little tricky for both of us to get in the studio for every single song throughout it. So what we do is, one of us will come in, we'll start writing something, the other one will go, and we'll kind of tag team back and forth on it.
Yeah. And almost always it starts with the music first, and we craft the lyrics to fit the mood of the song, and to fit the meter of the song. So almost always it starts with the music, and then moves into the story. This one is for Angel.
Okay. Angel, you're an amazing woman. Thank you. You have a child, play in a band, go to school, and always look amazing. Can you share some of your multitasking skills with us? Raven song. Oh, it's so sweet. I don't know if it's called a skill or just survival. That's super sweet. I really appreciate it. I just wake up every day and face the day and go from there. I wouldn't say that, I'm amazing. I think we're both really lucky that we have the opportunity to do what we love, and so that carries us on. I mean, things get difficult, we all have bad days and things don't turn out, or projects fall through, whatever it is, but we just really love what we do. We follow that. So I guess that would be my advice for multitasking. If you feel yourself about to explode, just take a breath. Remove yourself from the situation. That's what I would say. And as far as general advice for doing it, just do what you love and don't stop. Even when it gets to that point where you do need to take a breath, just keep going.
Take a breath and then keep going.
Take a breath and then keep going. Keep breathing throughout it. Yeah, but don't stop for sure. It's usually the hardest right before it gets awesome. So just don't ever stop what you love.
Okay. Does Gopal snore and whimper when he sleeps? This is from my brother-in-law, Dave. Yes, Dave, but only when I'm sleeping with you. Angel said she has an answer for this, apparently.
Oh, did I?
Oh, don't worry about it then.
Does Gopal snore and whimper when he sleeps?
I'm assuming that this is the question that you said.
Gopal is a night chatter. He talks in his sleep, and for those of you that know Gopal, he's a super tech genius. He's a crazy inventor, awesome, amazing stuff. So he'll wake up and talk about formulas, and I'm not quite sure what he's talking about, but I know it's in regards to whatever prototype he's building or whatever's going on. So, kind of, maybe.
Only when the project's really difficult. Okay. All right. From Tanya Runyon, do you have to be in a certain mood or place of the surreal to write and feel your lyrics and the vibe? Can I answer this?
Yeah,
is that all right? Yeah, so I would say yes. Inspired by the music. Again, we write the music first, and that sets the mood in order to compose the lyrics. So, if the music doesn't inspire us, we will not continue with the song. The song has to gel, it has to feel right, and the mood has to be powerful enough in order to inspire the writing, in order to inspire the story. So to answer your question, I would say yeah. I don't know how surreal, but sometimes when it's really early in the morning and we've been up all day with the little one, it gets pretty surreal.
Yeah, like Gopal was saying, we have a ton of songs that could have been released, but they just weren't right. And we really have a lot of heart because this project pretty much came out of the beginnings of our relationship, when we first started writing together. And so we really put a lot of heart into the project. So if it's not right for us, we'll let it sit. And there may be some things that we can come back to at a later time, but if it's not totally, like, we are all about it, gung-ho, we're not going to release it.
Yeah.
As far as the mood goes, yeah, you know, it's kind of an old trick that when you're recording, you kind of dim the lights and make everything dark so you can really focus. You can use your imagination and really think about what you're singing or, you know, playing about. So we definitely do that for sure. Yeah. And sometimes Gopal may have armor on and a stuffed dragon. Sometimes.
Really cuddly.
All right. Nice. I like it. How do you keep your exterior black like the abyss, but your soul so sparkly light? Follow-up, does it involve non-duality color guard detergent from Joshua Rucker?
Thank you, John.
That is quite the question, Joshua. Thank you. How do we keep our exterior black like the abyss, but your soul so sparkly light?
Remember to laugh. No matter what is going on, no matter how hellish life may seem, no matter what you face, no matter what is going on, always remember to laugh. Whatever you're facing will pass, and if it doesn't, you're going to die, and it's not going to matter anyway. So keep laughing. I'm a big fan of that, like, Viking, like, standing on the prow of the ship in the storm mentality.
That's one of our favorite scenes is from the 13th Warrior.
Yeah.
And the opening scene where this Viking is in this huge storm, probably going to completely wipe them out and kill them, and he's on the front of the ship just laughing into the storm. Because, like, what else are you going to do? I mean, you can totally break down, but it's a lot more fun just to laugh.
It is.
So, and follow up, does it involve non-duality color guard detergent? We got our secret.
I know.
That Viking stuff, that was all garbage. That's the truth. Just kidding. No, Viking, yes. All right.
Okay, what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything? But more importantly, what are your plans for Halloween, Samhain? I hope you will all come to play WGT Wave Gothic Treffen one day, from Catherine Wynn. So first off, I don't know the exact meaning of life, the universe, and everything, but the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything, I believe, if I recall, is 42. So, but if you discover what the question is, if you happen to remember what that question actually means, please let me know, because it would be enlightening.
Please enlighten Gopal some. It'd be great.
I haven't read those books in ages. Thank you for asking that question. Halloween, Samhain. Hopefully we'll be, if all goes well, fingers crossed, we'll be playing a show around that time. So that's the current plan. We will also, on the day of, since it's a Monday and most clubs don't do Monday night gigs, we will probably be doing a trunk or treat with our little one out in Yogaville. So. Yes. Spending some time out with the family. And we've got to Treffen. One day, yes. Yes, and yes.
We would love to.
We would love to. It would be an absolute blast.
Okay. Would you consider an acoustic album? Leona Nightshade. That is an awesome question.
I have to learn how to play an instrument first.
Electronic musicians.
Hey!
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely consider it. You know, it's in a vein of what our genre is. You know, there's a lot of acoustic folk and, you know, neo-medieval that plays with live instruments.
If anyone wants to send us a hurdy-gurdy, I am so all about it. So send us a hurdy-gurdy and we will get you an acoustic album, I promise.
You can pretty much send Gopal any cool instrument except for bagpipes.
Send me bagpipes too. Yeah, I'd love them.
I don't need you walking around in a kilt 24/7.
I would look so good in a kilt.
So, in regards to that question directly, yes, we would consider an acoustic album. I don't think we have any plans for it right now, but who knows?
Someday.
Yeah.
Someday, definitely. I think it'd be fun.
All right. Your turn, and we got a question for the birthday girl. Will you sing me
Happy birthday to you? Am I too low?
Yeah, I think so. Let's try that again.
You try it.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Katerina.
Dear cat.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Kat. We're really excited that we got to do this on your birthday and get to celebrate with you. And we miss you. We gotta hang out soon.
Yes.
And
the second part.
Yes. Seriously, though, what was your favorite part of making the video? Ooh. Wow. Well,
I love working with Sam. I really love working with Sam. I love getting behind the camera and staging shots with him and figuring out special effects. And Angel, in all honesty, Angel did the vast majority of the work. She did all of the editing. She did all of the, almost all the pre-production. She set up the set. She did almost everything. And so I just sort of came in and helped out where I could and tried not to piss her off too much.
Yeah, that's really the awesome thing about our project is, it's just Scope and I, so we get to work together, we get to play together, and luckily we work and play relatively well together. And so bringing in Sam's one of our closest friends, and so having him on board too, it was just, hey, I have this awesome thing that inspires me and I want to create it with my friends, and that's what we did, and it was great. Like, we just hung out. There was no formal anything. We just made it happen, and yeah, I love that. I love being able to do that. We're so lucky to have so many talented people that are, photographers and cinematographers and musicians, and as a matter of fact, we have a lot of our friend musicians that have done remixes on the new album you can find on the Indiegogo
Deluxe, physical edition. Yeah, you can get the new remixes from awesome folks, yes.
Yes, so, that was super fun.
On that tip, as a side note, if you or anyone want to collaborate, hit us up. We love collaborating with folks. So just drop us a line on Facebook or wherever and reach out and say, hey guys, let's do something.
Okay, maybe say, not in that voice.
That sounds delightful.
He'll say that. Okay. Still loving the album 1 through 8. You guys are the best. Thank you. Are there any tour plans on coming to El Paso, Texas from Decay Melendez? We would love to come to El Paso, Texas. As a matter of fact, we just launched an Indiegogo campaign where you can support us to get us on the road. Gopal in previous bands has played Texas, and he has awesome stories from it. So yeah, we'd love to play.
El Paso's fun. Yeah, I know some good folks there. So it would be great to make it back out there. And there are some high dollar tier items. So the current tour is just going to be a fairly regional thing based off of how things are going right now. If the campaign is super successful, then we'll extend the region. El Paso is still quite a ways out for us, but there are some tiers that will get us to any city in the U.S. Mm-hmm. So if you see one of those tiers, and if you want to crowdsource within your community just get a bunch of folks together to pool together a fund to bring us out, that would be super awesome. We're happy to play house shows, happy to play, your local venue if you're in with your promoters.
As a matter of fact,
whatever it happens to be.
We have a tier in our crowdfunding campaign called a benefice, which you may have seen in the video. It's a $1 tier, and what you're doing is you're signing up for letting us stay at your home while we're in your city. Yeah. So if we make it to your city, you're letting us crash in your house. So we're not particularly picky.
Yeah. We have a toddler, so that's important. We do have a toddler. That is important. So
the details of our crew and us and everything is included in the perk.
Yeah. Another cool thing about using Indiegogo, and one of the reasons why we chose that platform, is you can stack rewards. Mm-hmm. So if there's a reward like the benefits tier, you can actually stack that $1 tier onto any of the other rewards and do both. So
you can create your own tiers.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Customize your own tiers.
Customize it.
So yeah, definitely. We are totally down to play anywhere, anytime. If you're interested in seeing us play live, reach out to us and let us know. All right, and the last one is, I think this is you.
What bands are your biggest inspirations? From Dan Eaton. Eaton? I don't know. Once again, we touched on this a little bit.
You wanted to do personal inspirations? Why don't you do yours?
Yeah, that would be good. I have a lot. Again, it's fairly broad. I grew up listening to a lot of Eastern folk music. So a lot of influence from India, a lot of influence from Southeastern Asia. Love Kitaro as far as electronic goes. Fell in love with The Cure and Sisters of Mercy when I was around 10 or 11 years old. And started listening to Floodland. That album did not leave, or that cassette tape didn't leave my Walkman, my cassette player for literally years. I would listen to that album. Love all post-punk and early goth, the vast majority of it anyway, and love early industrial, Neubauten and Skinny Puppy. Started getting into, I played with a bunch of bands in the 90s with Bella Morte when I was with Bella Morte. Started listening to a bunch of new music, or more modern music recently. That really inspires. Some of it's getting older now, but love Tying Tiffany, love Fawn, love Crystal Castles. Yeah,
Coco Rosie.
Little ways away. Yeah, Coco Rosie's earlier stuff. So just a whole lot of stuff. We both have Spotify playlists, so if you want to see what we're actually listening to right now, you can check them out there. But yeah, pull a little bit of everything from everybody and then synthesize it inside and make something new out of it. I think that's the way it works for me anyway. Listen to reggae. Listen to a lot of reggae, especially like early mid '80s stuff. Ika Mouse and Yellowman and stuff had a big influence on me when I was younger. Hip hop had a big influence on me when I was younger. Never got into that scene so much, but KRS-One, man. So. I think that's it.
As far as I go, early influences was a lot of rockabilly and blues. I was a huge Elvis fan. I loved, really gritty vocals and really soulful music. As far as getting into teenage years, I really started getting into punk and psychobilly and rockabilly, branching off from childhood, and then I found, legendary Pink Dots, and then I started falling into goth, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome! And so, as a vocalist, some of my biggest inspirations are like Monica Richards, Tina Root, Susie Sue, and of course Robert Smith. We just got to see The Cure for the first time recently, and loved it!
So good.
I'm sure many of you guys saw the tour that we did. It was awesome.
That was really good.
And new stuff or newer stuff, recent newer artists. I really love Dr. Steele, who's no longer performing, unfortunately, no longer releasing, but his stuff is awesome. I really love Igor, which is a very unusual hybrid of music. I really love Spectre's Haunting Europe. I think they're great. Of course, I love like the horrors and that kind of music. So I love really gritty music. One of my favorite classic death rock bands is Specimen. So getting that kind of vibe is I really love it. But yeah.
Also, huge shout out to Negative Gain Records. Man,
oh, yeah.
They have quite a roster of artists right now, and I'm grateful to say that we're friends with many of them. Really, a lot of cool stuff going on with that record label right now. So,
yeah, absolutely. We so 3 out of the 4 artists that did remixes for us, we found out were on the Negative Gain label. And that's The Rain Within, who just launched an Indiegogo campaign, and I think you can
successful.
Yeah, great Indiegogo, and I think you can still pre-order 3 of the tracks. You can pre-order Dark Drive and download 3 of the tracks instantly right now, which are awesome. One of the ones featured Murder is in our video, our Indiegogo campaign. The other ones is the Gossicles, who just did a... Also,
just touching back on that, Negative Gain is running an awesome sale on Rain Within stuff right now, so go check it out.
Yeah, definitely. And the Gossicles, who just launched a successful Kickstarter, and I think you can still get the album. They're doing a remix for us. Of course, the Gossicles are just great. I'm sure a lot of you guys know them, and they're just awesome.
So fun.
And then Strangers is doing a remix for us, and they're fantastic. They're a group out of Canada. Absolutely fantastic. If you like the more gritty stuff, definitely check them out.
Gritty electronica, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all all on a Negative Gains label. And then Synthetic Division, who was our last featured artist that did a remix for us. Great stuff. I hear that there's new workings going on with it. Nothing that's out yet, but keep an eye on that because got some good stuff coming.
Yeah.
So I think now we're a little bit over on time, so I think it's time to do the raffle.
Oh, yeah.
So for everyone that RSVP'd to the event page, and also for those that sent us a question, which we've gone through here, you guys were entered in to win a prize pack, a Gild the Mourn prize pack, including a physical copy of 1 through 8. So
I'm also going to check the events page real quick to see if there's any questions that we missed.
Fancy raffle bag here. Shaking it. They're just sitting on the edge of their seats, Go Paul. They're ready to go.
I know.
They're ready. All right.
All right. Am I drawing?
Do you want me to draw?
I'll draw.
Okay.
I'll draw. Which one is this for? What is this for?
This is the raffle.
This is the big raffle. All right.
Big raffle.
Big raffle. Shake it.
It's a rabbit. No, I'm just kidding. Ta-da!
Who is it? Dun dun.
Brian Oates!
Brian Oates!
Congratulations! Brian Oates. Can you guys see that? Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Congratulations. PM us either on Facebook or you can email us at gildthemourn@gmail.com with your address and we will get that prize pack off to you. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. I think this is it for us. Signing off.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Again, if you enjoyed it, make certain to like it and share the link with your friends. It should be archived so they can check the back.
Yeah,
catalog.
absolutely.
I'm so dumb sometimes.
Thanks so much. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Much love.